And I'm so honored to spend, part of this afternoon with you. Thank you for making the time. When we first spoke, I was so impressed and just like, I remember feeling warm inside because of the way that your heart came through. Like you care so much about being of service and of helping your community. And you have such a big heart, and that, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. And so I'm super excited to do this with you. And the next 45 or so minutes is yours, sister. So without further ado, we will dive in.
Okay.
And tell me, I'm curious to hear from you, because we are living in a crazy time, certainly much different than when we last talked. So
That was like right before. Was that right before everything?
Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah. So what would feel really supportive for you? What would make our time together really impactful for you today?
Well, I have a few new things going on. So, I mean, nothing really to do with quarantine. I feel like I've gotten finally into a routine with the like quarantine situation, and it's helped. I mean, I guess I probably don't have it as bad as some because I am used to like working from home. But like the biggest things for me of like not being able to go to the gym or not being able to just like have that one-on-one interaction, like high fives and hugs and seeing my family. But I've had my ups and downs, like for sure. Like one day I'll be great and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fine. I totally got this. And then the next day I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so over it. Like just get me, I want to be out, I want this to be over. So it's definitely been a roller coaster, but I feel like having my business, I'm so grateful for my at-home business. I'm so grateful for my clients and my community, because that is like seriously what has just kept me going, all of them, So yeah, so I just started kind of refocusing on my health coaching to really like start niching down even further. I've always helped like the busy on the go girl get healthy and stay fit and do all the things, while living her professional lifestyle, because I used to be the corporate girl. But now I've been doing like the entrepreneurial thing for 3 years. And so now I feel like I speak more to that and like creating a routine and like how to get fit from home and how to fit in your workouts. So I am just now going to switch over to just focusing on like ambitious boss babes. Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited about it. It feels really aligned for me, but I literally just made this decision on Monday. And so I'm just kind of working through it, and yay. I just feel like I can speak so much to the pain points in the terms of how important like health and wellness is for us to really like stand out, to show up every day, to feel good, to have our skin be clear, to look good on our videos and our lives and our photo shoots. And like, I just know all those pain points. And I know when I'm not feeling healthy, like I do not want to do the thing. I don't want to do, you don't feel as motivated. You kind of like go down like the negative, like rabbit holes. When you're not feeling good about yourself, it's like when you're not healthy, either your business isn't healthy either. So that's kind of what I just want to start talking more about and like really getting into that with other women entrepreneurs, and then just like building this awesome community of other, awesome, ambitious boss babes. And I think we could be like a double thing. Like I can help them and they can help me. And yeah.
That is so exciting. I feel your excitement with that pivot, and that's so cool.
Yeah.
Because everything that you will create from this point forward, your energy like backs that up fully, and your people will feel it from you, and they will be so like captivated, right? Like I want to know more. I want to know more.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like it's just such I don't know, it'll be so much easier, like not easier, but just so much more natural for me to know who I'm talking to. And, I've been like doing my daily walk and like I do little talks to my audience. And like now I just feel so much more aligned and like I know exactly who I'm talking to, and it'll really help me because I've just felt super scattered, and it's hard. And it's hard to do that when you're trying to help the busy moms, and then you're trying to help the business girls, and then you're trying to help people, just the women at home, and it's just been a lot. So I think just like really focusing on the entrepreneurial, ambitious, boss babes, I think that's going to be really good. And I think that they're going to be my ideal client because I know that they're go-getters and they'll put all their heart into it. So yeah.
Ambitious boss babes. So good. I think it's this interesting sort of like rite of passage that we go through as entrepreneurs. When we start off, we're so excited and want to help everyone. Right. And then we quickly discover that we're not really helping anyone because we're trying to help everyone.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then it's like this constant discovery and uncovering of what really feels aligned and exciting to us. And then when you find it, it's like everything else clicks in.
Yeah, exactly. And it feels good. It feels really good. I don't think I've had it click in so well as this. And it's just funny how it happens. I think I was listening to another training, a coach's training with my company, and it was just interesting. And I was like, okay, like I'm really going to start focusing more on like the professional. But then I'm like, why? Like I'm not in that field anymore. Like I'm not in the corporate world anymore. So this feels good. This feels good because I can speak to routine and all the things that I'm doing to help my business. And I just know when I am not healthy, like I said, like my business suffers also. So yes, I'm excited.
Totally. Our business is always a direct reflection of where we are.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're looking at, it's like foundational stuff.
Yeah.
Crucial stuff. Okay. So knowing all of this, what would feel really exciting for you to kind of have not necessarily mapped out, but what would be the first thing that you would love to have happen or create now knowing that this is kind of the path that you're heading down?
I think like so I'm gonna be working on like a new sales page. I mean, obviously we're not gonna create that all right now. But like maybe like my new elevator speech, or like how I'm gonna present this to the world. I think that's actually something that I'm working on today. I think that's like the first step because that you want to be confident in saying exactly what you're doing and who you're helping. So that's gonna, yeah. And then I think like I'm just gonna start, and then content creation, yeah, I'm just gonna start there.
What are you feeling led to create? Does anything come to mind?
Oh, like create like well, I mean, I have my program, which I'm good with. Like, I don't know. I mean, right now I'm just like in content creation mode. Like, how much value can I bring to the table to help other women in my position? So, just thinking about like all the different things that they go through with mindset, nutrition, fitness, like all the things, and being able to speak to them one-on-one, like as a business to business gal, so I think like that's really exciting for me. So I think like just restructuring like my content, like putting myself out there now, and it's like fully stepping into this new like this new phase, I guess you could say, this new chapter.
So one thing that I tend to look at with women and their businesses is like creating their, what I call the client pathway. So I'm curious, would that be something that you would want to look at or excavate right now? And ultimately what this is, it's really just the way that you're welcoming people in once they come through your door, and the process and the journey that they're going on with you.
Yeah, no, that's great. That'd be great.
So this woman, this ambitious entrepreneur, what is she struggling with right now? What is the biggest challenge?
Comparison to others, like not thinking that she's in the spot that she needs to be, or like, why is everybody further ahead than I am? I think like the biggest struggle, yeah, is like comparison and feeling scattered, feeling confused, like knowing exactly which steps to take next to move forward in her business. Uh,
Mm.
I would say.
So kind of like a lack of clarity meets imposter syndrome meets comparisonitis, all of those.
Yeah, and feeling overwhelmed with her, like my client, she would be feeling overwhelmed like with her health. Like she knows that she wants to get healthy and she knows it'll help her. But she doesn't really know where to start, and she has so many other things going on. Like, how can she possibly fit in a fitness routine and eating healthy? And she keeps saying, like, okay, when this is over, I'm going to get healthy, or when I have more time, I'm going to get healthy. Like, it's always I'm always waiting for something until I'm going to get healthy. But she knows that she wants to. She knows in her heart that she's like meant for so much more. And she knows that getting healthy will really help her, but she just doesn't know where to start.
Mm. Yeah. So what is your process for helping this person get more clarity? Like, even is there one thing that comes to mind for you that maybe it's a question you ask, maybe it's a short process you have? What is your way to help guide them to that clarity?
Mm. Um, First thing, brain dump all the things um,
Mm.
that you have on your mind, and like nothing's off limits. Just get it out, get it out and onto paper. And then look at that and like start prioritizing. Um, and like that's like the first thing that I always do, just because it feels so much better to get it off and like out. Um, and then, I mean, as we go further in, I do like talk about health. I mean, how important nutrition is for our brain health, like whole food nutrition. Like when we're feeding ourselves processed foods, we're basically like putting a fog layer over our brains. You know what I mean? So if you want to get clarity, like you need to start fueling your body with proper nutrition and hydrating and just doing like simple things. Then there's so much conflicting information out there. And that's why I just feel so like my heart goes out to women trying to get healthy right now, because if they try to Google anything, there's just so much, and it can be so simple. I mean, it really is a matter of like just whole food nutrition, cutting out sugar and drinking a lot of water. And I mean, just like simple things and moving your body. So that's kind of a long-winded answer, but I mean, definitely I think focus has a lot to do with how we're fueling our bodies. And I think it gets overlooked a
Mm.
lot. Yeah.
Incredible. So it sounds like the process of brain dumping is kind of like the
Mm,
first phase,
yes.
which my instinct.
Everything, like, right? So like, even if they're like, oh, I feel terrible about like everything that's on their mind, anything that's on your mind that is like stopping you, like that is overwhelming to you, whether that's your business or your health, or all of it. But yeah.
I'm just thinking how cool it would be to have someone show up for me and create the space for me to brain dump on them.
Mm, yeah. Yes.
Because I mean, what I see, you might find this too with your clients. Like, I think what women crave more than anything is someone to see and hear them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so just by offering that for someone, but then saying like, hey, I'm going to show up for you and create this lovely container, and you're going to be able to brain dump right there with me. I'm going to help you draw out one thing that will create so much clarity for you that you can take that one action starting tomorrow.
I love that. Yeah.
How could you, like, what does that look like as far as offering that to people or creating that? Like, and like I tend to come from the school of like, follow the path of least resistance, make it super simple. So
Yeah.
what could that be?
I mean, like to have a session where we're actually like brain dumping, like what's on their mind, and then pulling out one thing that they can work on to help with all that. Is that what you mean? Like kind of just like do a process? Or you're asking me?
I mean, so I'm reflecting back what seems really cool from my vantage point, that you know
Yeah.
your people best and this is your business. So this is kind of like a collaboration. But what comes to mind as far as like, how could you just start providing that for people if it feels aligned?
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you as a driven and ambitious, entrepreneur, that would be pretty cool to have someone offer that for me.
Yeah. No, that sounds really cool. I mean, I guess it could be, like a session like this. That's one I could offer free brain dump. I mean, maybe I'll call it something different, like not a brain dump session, but clarity, where we could go through some of that. And I think too, like once women, I know for me, like once you start writing a little bit, it's like all of a sudden like the floodgates open and so much comes out. But then it's really cool because you can really see like what's on your mind and like what, and sometimes we're working up so much in our minds, like making everything so much more difficult. Like that's me, like in our heads. And then when we actually get it out, it seems so much simpler. So yeah, creating that space would definitely be something I'd be open to. It sounds like exciting to me, but I'm not exactly sure how that would look.
Yeah. So just in the spirit of creating ideas for you, I could see it as a super simple, quick, like 15-minute brain dump clarity call that you could offer.
Mm-hmm.
And because when you said the word brain dump to me, like I really heard you. I really got that. Because
Yeah.
that's the language that I speak. I'm guessing that most of your ideal clients will too.
Yeah.
So when you said that, I was like, oh girl, I need to brain dump. And I would love to have someone guide me through that.
Okay.
So maybe it can just be like the front end piece of this client pathway is just starting to make invitations to do these really helpful and super valuable brain dump clarity calls.
Mm-hmm. No,
And
so like short and sweet, like 15 to 20 minutes. Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. And in that, you're truly doing your magic, you're supporting them, you're helping, you're adding value. And because I know how important like service is for you and not being spammy or salesy or anything like that, don't make it, don't attach it to anything. There doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have to be like, you truly send them off with a really powerful, like one thing for clarity that they can do, and you wish them well. But then maybe if you feel led to follow up with them and check on how, like, hey, I'm just curious, how was the actual implementation of that thing we talked about? Check in. And then maybe with that person, there will be another thing that they need your help with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I love that. I think that would help them in so many ways. It would be something I would love to help them with because I've been living that. I live that. So yeah, no, that's a great idea. I love that.
Hmm.
I was just taking some notes. And I mean, do you think like how do you like it? Well, I guess I could decide how. Well, I mean, would I like promote this or be something like if someone like came to me like in my messages? I don't know. Like the DM thing is another thing. I don't know if it's like for other business women. We've talked about this before. How it's just like I just want to help and I want people to know how much like I care and I can see that they're struggling with a certain situation and I want to help. But like we're so guarded as the receiver of the messages, like because we always think someone is selling to us. So like we're so defensive right away. And it's like people don't even give it a chance, which I totally get because I'm in that same position, but I always try to read my messages and like really, obviously you can tell if they're totally spammy and you don't reply. But I try to reply to them most of the time, and yeah. But I would love to know how to like just be better at connecting and not making people feel defensive.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's our job to come from a place of pure intention, right? And however we can best convey that we're here to truly support and guide someone,
Mm-hmm.
you can do your part and then just leave the rest up to the universe, right? You can trust that
Right.
the people that are meant to receive the message and connect with you will. And there will be people that won't, and that's totally fine. That actually just creates more opportunity for more of the right people to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, one thing that I'm thinking about for you is a while back, you created that awesome Spotify.
Oh, the playlist. Yeah.
How many people did you end up sending that to?
Oh my goodness, like 20 or 30 people. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So one thing you could do is you could send a message to those people and just say, "Hey, I just wanted to check in. If you got value out of that, I have something else that I wanted you to know about, and you can decide if it's for you or not. But I'm really excited. I'm starting to offer these complimentary 15-minute brain dump clarity calls, where in 15 minutes, I will help you pull out one piece of clarity that you can use to implement tomorrow. If that would serve you right now, and if that would serve you now, like, here's my booking link, da da da."
Right. No, I love that. I love that. I just like, I wonder, speaking to like my ideal clients, like how, because we know what brain dump means, but maybe some people don't, like how to portray, like how that's really how getting off this call is like going to benefit them. I guess I have been hearing some pain points, like people do feel scattered or like super stressed or not knowing what to do next or not knowing how to prioritize. So maybe like using some of those.
Yeah. Well, you can just say up front, like, "Hey, I just wanted to check in. I imagine like many of us, you might be feeling totally overwhelmed or not knowing what to prioritize in a time like now. So I wanted to let you know about something exciting I put together. They're complimentary brain dump clarity sessions. Da, da, da. Don't even use brain dump, whatever you want to do."
Yeah.
And of course, like, this whole thing is you're always going to be testing different things.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Until you find the way of communication and engagement for you that seems to really, have an impact and work. It's all just like testing and tweaking and testing and tweaking.
And maybe like having them come out with like, okay, we're going to do one tidbit, like one person, you're going to come out with one personal action item to work on tomorrow, starting tomorrow, whether it's just like removing sugar, going for a 20-minute walk, like just like a little thing that they can do to start helping them. Because like I said, I truly believe like what you put in your body and like your health really does reflect your business. But then we could also like do a business task too. So like they're feeling like super supported in their health and business. Because I think those go hand in hand. So
Sure. Yeah.
yeah.
Do you see how that could be really supportive for people?
I do. Yeah.
And
I
do you,
think because I feel like women need simple, I mean, now more than ever. And always, right? We just want simple. Like we just want something. Sometimes we try to go too big, too fast, and then we end up falling down because we're just doing too much. But like when we just like start taking baby steps, like doing this, step by step, like chunks, then you have like these milestones and then you can start building on that. And that is how you really make progress. And I think especially, I mean, as an ambitious woman myself and all of us, like we just want to go from like 0 to 100 now, but like it just doesn't, like I've tried that route and like it doesn't work. Like it's like when we try to do like okay, I'm going to eat 200 calories today and that's it because I want to lose 10 pounds for the wedding or whatever. I mean, but then it doesn't work. I mean, or if it does, like you don't feel good, you feel run down and then like you may have lost the weight, but then like you feel like crap, like you don't have like energy and all the things. So, and with business too, I've tried to go from 0 to 100 and it really is like taking it step by step, day by day, doing the small things that equal big results. So
totally.
yeah.
And that's what's going to really set you apart in the work you're doing, because we've all been programmed that there's like some get rich quick, get fit quick strategy out there.
Mm-hmm.
And so many leaders and experts are prescribing these like quick things, and they're actually just creating a world that's like built off of giving people more information
Right.
that isn't going to help them get the result over what is required to create transformation. And that's really your process. It's
Mm-hmm.
like one thing at a time. It's day by day. It's step by step.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think having one thing to focus on in each area, like your health, your personal and business, like works really well too, you know? I mean, even if it's like going to bed an hour earlier, I think like we don't even realize like how much our sleep affects us, you know, and our weight loss and our health and our brain function and all the things. So yeah, just little things. So I think like in a clarity session, like we could really pull some of that stuff out, depending on, you know, what they write down. But I feel like come to me maybe with like a brain dump, or I mean, and then they can dump it on me, but but like start making a list, you know, or we could even do it together, or I don't know. I'm just trying to think how it could be super interactive.
Yeah. So what I'm seeing is they get on this call with you, you frame the call really powerfully, and then you just create the space for them to dump. And
Mhm.
then you're using your coaching power to be able to, like, you're getting this bird's eye view and able to hone in and say, oh, well, what's the one thing out of all of this that would have the biggest impact in
Mhm.
your life or whatever now? You focus on that for the purposes of your initial call. And then I would probably just give them that one thing,
Okay.
support them with that one thing. And then the next layer, the next piece in the pathway is coming back and saying, hey, how did that go for you? Would you be interested? Are you willing to look at the other areas of your life, and we can do that same process? And then maybe that's like the second step with you.
Mm. So do you think like category, like asking them, I mean, instead of brain dumping all the things, like say, would you rather work on business, personal, health, or like have ask like kind of like hone it down? Like,
So I believe that it's all integrated.
mm-hmm.
So I would just allow them to brain dump freely, and whatever that means for them, whatever needs to come out of them will, and that will be most supportive. And then I think your expertise comes in the next layer. What did you just have in a
So
insight?
I'm just thinking of them like saying, like, you know, saying their list to me and like just being able to find things like that and be like, okay, like, and give them ideas on how to help like all around it. Like you said, the most impactful one thing that they can do. Like if they're just like so stressed out or yeah, I'm just like thinking, wheels are turning. But yeah, no, that sounds exciting. Like a really, um, I don't know, like a juicy, I don't know, it feels good. It feels exciting to be able to do that.
Good. That's what it's all about. Just really, like, you have this incredible alignment now and this excitement. So then the very next and natural step is thinking about what would be the easiest way for me to support these people and make it an easy yes for them to want to do that with me,
Yeah.
and start to nurture these people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yay. So much. Okay.
And you already have that database of 20 to 30 people that you already created value for by sending the
Mm-hmm.
cool playlist.
Mm-hmm.
So I would honestly just start there. Check in, see how they're doing. If they're your ideal people, you can go back and look. But it's a
Yeah.
great first place to be in.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like it. I do. I think that I'll like create, not really like an offer, but like create something like a couple posts about it or something, just so, um, yeah, just start sharing that because I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah. And keep in mind, like, I think it's just as important to it's just as important to connect with people one to one.
Mm.
That's actually what most of us resist doing, because we want the fast way. Like, we want to just post and have people see it and come to us.
Yeah,
And
that
that's
doesn't work very
important,
well. I mean, it doesn't work as well.
but it
But
doesn't, right. It's really like when you can, sometimes I really believe we have to slow down in order to speed up.
mm-hmm.
And coaching is so individual and intimate when we're starting. And so if you can balance the creating great content as you do, and the posts and the stories, promoting it that way, but also have that balanced with the outreaches, then
Yeah,
you're doing all the stuff that matters.
Mm-hmm.
You could also, another way to promote it, again, just thinking about like, how do we create the experience of it for people?
Yeah.
You could invite one person to do it with you live and make it an IG live.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
You could do that kind of like how I do this once a week. You could do that once a week or whatever, like whatever you want to do, but just to like build momentum and start having people really understand and connect with
I like
your superpower and what you do and what
that.
that looks like.
And like, speaking of like my, my demographic or my market of like other women entrepreneurs, like, I don't know, they know like it feel weird, like they know I'm a health coach, but and they're in the bit like a lot of them are business coaches, right? So will they feel weird being like, oh, why is she trying to coach? I don't know. Does that feel like I'm trying to like coach them on business too? Or am I overthinking that? Like maybe they need to bring up about their health or their personal life, or I don't know.
Clarify what you mean by that.
So like if I'm going to a business coach and I'm saying I'm doing like this brain dump clarity session, I don't know, does that feel like a business coaching thing to you or no? Or does that just feel like wanting to help them personally?
It sounds like you're just wanting to help me get the madness of in here.
Right. So many of us think that. Yeah. So many of us. I mean, yeah. Okay.
You're trying to help me with clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And no, and those are the things that we think about. So I get it.
Yeah.
But no, the outcome that you're leading with, which is let's say my biggest pain point would be lack of clarity. And that's what you're leading with. It's not like you're saying, let me show you what to eat for lunch every day.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't really make sense. But
well, no, I get that. So what I'm saying is like, because a lot of these business coaches also help their clients with like figuring it out, or like, I don't know, a lot of the women that I've been talking to, I feel like their strategy is also doing that. So maybe those wouldn't be ones that I reach out to, or maybe it is. I think I'm just like overthinking it. But
yeah. And I remember you saying before that you tend to overthink.
Yeah.
and overanalyze.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's fine. That's kind of your pattern. And also know and trust that these questions will start to fall away as you just do the thing.
Right. Yeah. Okay. No, it's exciting. I'm excited. I'm going to work on it today after this. So, yeah.
Is there any resistance or blocks you're feeling around it?
No resistance or blocks. Just I'm trying, I think I'm just already thinking of like how I can reach out to people and like, yeah, I mean, there's no blocks. I'm just, yeah, wheels are spinning, I guess.
Anything else?
I don't think so. Like I said, like I pretty much went, I'm just gonna go full speed ahead and have it's kind of exciting because it's like a new direction for me. So, yeah, just gonna kind of be like working on all the things and the messaging and content and really connecting. Really spending a lot of time now connecting. I started last night, but like to other people and then in like the boss babe industry. And what's really fun about it is like when I'm connecting with them on Instagram, like I'm learning just as much from like I'm really like getting so interested in like, oh, this is how I do that on Instagram. Like there's, you know what I mean? It's great to connect with other business women that can offer value for me too. So I think it's gonna be a really good flow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, please keep me posted on how this goes.
I will, yes.
So excited for all these women to get to be supported by you. That's what this is all about.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for this. This was really fun.
Oh, my pleasure. Is there anything else you'd want to go over before we close? I just want to make sure that you have everything you need.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm
Okay.
good.
All right, love. Thank you for
Stephanie, yeah.
joining us, and I will talk to you soon.
Okay. All right. Bye.